Hey folks, today is Friday, July 19th, 2018. Wow, it's 2019. Holy shit, I'm still doing that. This is
2019 for 7 months.
This is the gameranx Friday news show where we talk about video game news. We got a lot of stuff to get into, so the first story before we get into Comic-Con stuff is actually an Apex Legends thing that is just so sweet. So Respawn has gone on record lately talking about Apex Legends and what they're doing to combat cheating. As you probably know, if you've been checking out Apex Legends a lot, it does have issues with cheaters here and there. People have been matchmaked with cheaters, and there's a lot going on, so they have detailed a lot of their processes in terms of how they're going to combat cheating, how they're designing new tools to kind of keep up with new cheats and exploits that are, of course, developed by cheaters all the time. But the most interesting thing is that Respawn has revealed that they are working on a system that, I kid you not, actually will matchmake cheaters with one another. It'll throw all the cheaters in one game and let them cheat amongst themselves, which I think is awesome. Now, to be completely fair, this is not the first time this has been a thing. I believe it was Max Payne 3 back in the day that made headlines for doing this. Other games do this, but the fact that a big game like this is doing this is awesome. I think Fortnite should do it too. It works really good for Battle Royale games because it's 100 cheating jerks drop onto an island. I like the whole idea, the whole discipline of like getting a taste of your own medicine. I think that's the best way to combat this stuff sometimes, and I love the way developers use clever tricks just to kind of own the bad eggs out there in the gaming world. So props to Respawn for that. They haven't detailed like when they're going to be rolling out that process, but the fact that they're being transparent and upfront about how they're working on combating cheating, especially with the launch of the season, I think is a good thing. Let me know in the comments. I do want to hear from you guys who are still playing. I kind of fell off of it, but if you are still playing, have you encountered any cheaters? Do you have any wild stories? Let us know. And briefly, before we move forward, this episode is brought to you by our friends over at ExpressVPN. Now, as you probably know, we talk about them quite a bit because we do gaming news stories all the time about internet privacy and security, so we just want to show you guys this. Using a VPN is great for online safety, especially to protect yourself from some bad guys in the online gaming world, but it's even better if you're maybe looking to access your online games from a restrictive school or work network, or just get around some pesky region restrictions. Or on a more simple non-gaming note, you can browse safely with peace of mind on public Wi-Fi networks. Having that is something I really enjoy. ExpressVPN is the market leader, and it's incredibly easy to use because it comes in at under $7 a month once you count in the 3 months free promo, and it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months free by going to the link in the description below. That's expressvpn.com/gameranx. And huge thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys for allowing us to do that sometimes. But the biggest story this week, of course, San Diego Comic-Con is in full swing now, and there was a Marvel Games panel where they revealed a bunch of stuff. But the biggest thing, of course, was gameplay for the Avengers game, the Square Enix game that we've been talking about forever. This was at the panel, they showed it, and they said that they are not releasing this gameplay until closer to Gamescom, which I think is dumb. But of course, thanks to some people out there, there are leaked versions of it on YouTube if you want to watch it filmed through an iPhone. You're in luck, man. We're going to try and link some in the description. We can't really show it on screen. We don't want to get copyright claimed. You know how it is. But it's essentially what I got to see at E3 behind closed doors, so I can confirm that, but it is slightly more improved. The animations look a little better, the graphics, the lighting engine looks a little better. There are other people who saw it in person that can confirm the same thing. There's also a lot of talk going around that they have changed the character models and like improved them. I don't really think that's it. I think it's just different angles, different lighting. People are holding up Black Widow as an example, saying they changed her face. I don't know, but the internet seems to be running wild with it, so we'll just have to wait and see until the actual gameplay comes out for real. But if you did watch the leak, you got to see a lot of cool gameplay. You got to see Thor, you got to see Hulk, you got to see Iron Man. And this gameplay, when I got to see it, I was like, why didn't they show this to people? Because this will sell them on the game. It's extremely action-focused and very like set-piece oriented. Think of like big running and explosion scenes from something like Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I personally think the Hulk has some of the coolest gameplay. He could do so much crazy stuff. Captain America, I was a little underwhelmed with his gameplay as like a diehard Steve Rogers fan, but they did also announce that the collector's edition is going to come with a pretty sweet Captain America statue. I'm just a fan of Captain America looking like an actual dad, like he's supposed to. But at the panel, they also detailed alternate costumes and a little bit more detail about like what the flow of the game is going to be, because that gameplay sequence was just the intro of the game, and then there's so much more to it. They showed a bunch of different concept art for skins, multicolored Iron Man paint jobs, different Hulk costumes. Gotta look at Hulk's, Mr. Joe Fix-It costume, which I appreciate. They also teased Ms. Marvel, which is cool, and really there's a lot going on. There's a lot of threads online kind of breaking down how each character plays just from looking, and it's interesting if you really want to dive deep. You can look into all that, all the stuff we're talking about, we do link in the description below. But now with this gameplay leak, with them talking about releasing it officially closer to Gamescom, I hope this leak pushes them to put it out sooner, because I'd like to just watch this in high quality and for everyone to see it that way, but let's move on. The other thing we got from the Marvel Games panel that I think was cool is Ultimate Alliance 3 add-on stuff. Playing the game right now, before you buy, will be out this weekend. So far, I think it's pretty good. It's literally just another Ultimate Alliance game. That's all I really wanted. No bullshit. But they did detail characters that are going to be added both for free, and then there's going to be like a DLC season pass thing. But some of the characters that they are going to be rolling out eventually are going to be like the Punisher, Moon Knight, Blade, Morbius, crazy shit. I'm so happy that they're going to be in the game because I love that Ultimate Alliance had Blade, so you gotta have him. Also, I mean, we gotta acknowledge it. I'm gonna make a prediction. It's probably gonna take over the internet this afternoon. Before recording, we're shooting this in the morning, but there is going to be a Netflix Witcher panel at Comic-Con, and they're probably going to drop a trailer or some sort of footage, and everybody's going to be talking about it or screaming about it. So we're filming this earlier, so can't really react to that. But if it does happen, it's all going to be linked in the description down below. But moving on to other things, the buzz that has really gotten people going is the Nintendo Switch, a new Nintendo Switch, an updated model. Not the Nintendo Switch Lite, but essentially a slightly teeny revision to the regular Switch. This isn't the biggest deal, but essentially newer Switches are going to be rolling out that are fundamentally completely the same, but little tiny SoC improvements, like with stuff with the Lite, are going to give newer model Switches a better battery life, which is a good thing because the Nintendo Switch can use more battery life, and it is significant. The battery life is going to go from 2.5 to 6.5 hours to 4.5 to 9 hours, and according to Nintendo and the article sourced, the new model will be available in the United States in the middle of August. So if you were hoping to get a Nintendo Switch, maybe wait a little bit longer and then make sure you get that specific model number in August so you can get that better battery life. Just a heads up. Now, just like little cool things we want to talk about, a little feel-good thing, or if you just want to be jealous of other people, a Southwest Airlines flight in promotion with Nintendo. They gave everyone on the flight a free Nintendo Switch. The posts from it, the reactions from it have been really cool, and I just like to see stuff like this, It's nice. But I guess since we're talking about things and reactions on the internet and we're talking about airline stuff, in Newark Airport, I shit you not, there are security areas that are using Xbox Kinects. Yes, thanks to this user that pointed it out, they are using them essentially as surveillance throughout the airport, and that's really interesting because honestly, the Kinect's technology is actually pretty impressive. Tom said, you were talking about this before, way ahead of its time.
Oh, yeah.
It was only a matter of time before they used it to scan our bodies at the airport. The Kinect is this weird thing that died, but also won't die because it pops up in weird, precarious places, being utilized for completely different things. I don't know. If you like tech, I thought it was interesting. I just wanted to point it out. But anyway, let's move on. We're going to link 2 trailers down in the description. The first is a new trailer for Borderlands 3. This kind of finally shows the wacky, weird style that the box art has and just like what they're going for tonally with the goofiness here. It's very Borderlands. But I do call bullshit on the fact that they're using the You and Me song. There's only one game that used that song for anything advertising, and that was the original Super Smash Brothers. And I think it was still so perfect that how dare Borderlands try and take that? Also, indie game alert, we want to talk more about games like this. Not on my radar. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. This is a really cool, non-violent builder, which are types of games that I really enjoy. I just like city builders and things like that. This looks pretty amazing. Combinations of like Mario Galaxy, Civilization. I'm all about this. It's up for a closed alpha soon that you can sign up for, and I'm totally going to do that. Not sponsored, just saying. Now, another thing I wanted to bring to your guys' attention is a quote from a product marketer for Google and Stadia. He did an MMA, kind of clarifying some things.
He did a what?
Did I say AMA?
You said MMA.
Did I say MMA?
Yeah.
Did I really?
Yeah.
He did an AMA on Reddit to kind of clarify some of the ideas and perception behind this thing, backtracking and really trying to make sure that this Google Stadia Pro subscription is not a Netflix of games. this subscription is going to net you one free new game a month, more akin to like a PSN Plus or an Xbox Live Gold type of thing. They use those words specifically. They said they don't want people to think it's a Netflix of games by any means. They want you to just have the platform. You get the better perks if you're subscribed to the Pro membership, and you are free to buy whatever game you want on that platform. This is interesting. I just kind of wanted to present this to you guys to see what you think in the comments, because I'm still fascinated by the technology and I can't wait to see it implemented in the real world, but I am highly skeptical of almost everything about it now at this point. We talk about it here and there. You probably know my thoughts already, but I just really want to know what you guys think. But also, Sony did pop up in the news. They've been a little quiet lately, but the newest is a surfaced patent for what seems to be like a PSVR 2. This, you can presume, would also be for the next generation PlayStation 5, but essentially the patent details new capabilities and them trying to do wireless action with it. Now, wireless action has been pioneered a little bit more with the HTC Vive and stuff like that with an add-on. It is a very tricky thing with how VR works. I love VR, so I'm bringing this up to you guys, but VentureBeat does a really good breakdown of this patent and just what they were going for and how this can work. And I think what you can take away from this is that patents aren't always acted upon, by any means. Stuff comes out about patents all the time that never sees the light of day. But the PSVR is apparently doing okay, and the fact that they are looking into and pursuing new technologies around the PSVR, I think is a good thing. It's a little bit of a win for VR, But hey, that's just me. That's my takeaway. This is all the gaming news that has been going on this week. But before we go, we got to do that giveaway we do every single week. You know how that goes down by now. There's a link in the description below. You click it to sign up. You enter once, then you're entered for good. And then every single week we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. I can literally say that in my sleep now. This week's winner is going to be this person right here. Congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox, your spam box, stuff like that, because we're going to be reaching out to you to find out how we can send you your free stuff. But now, we got to talk about all this stuff going on. First of all, if you're watching this and the Netflix Witcher trailer dropped, I'll be in the comments reading, and I want to see your thoughts. Not only that, have you seen Kinects being used in unconventional ways? Have you seen them in an airport near you, surveilling your body? I had way too much coffee. Fuck. Also, have you looked at the leak for the Avengers game? What do you think, man? It's weird. I still don't quite know how I feel about that game, but I think they just need to start showing people what the hell it is. And of course, like I said just before, I brought up the Stadia stuff because I want to know what you think. Let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. I'll be down there as much as possible. But of course, if you got anything else for me, if you want to yell at me, you want to talk to me, hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino. But of course, thank you guys for watching every single Friday. We really appreciate you guys coming here. We're also live every Tuesday, 4 p.m. EST, casual talk show if you want that. But as you also probably know, if you did have a good time and you like getting filled in at the end of every week, clicking the like button helps us out a lot. We really appreciate that. And of course, if you're new, consider subscribing because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the Comic-Con stuff going on this weekend, and pizza's on me.